Hey. What? Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And I know I haven't done too many nighttime, true crime videos in the last month. So I figured since I had a lot on my mind, tonight would be a good time to do one. And if I don't start doing them, I'm totally going to lose my whole following. So we don't want that to happen. No, the trial's going to be a couple of weeks. It's not going to be done immediately. I mean, she still has to go on trial. There's still tons of stuff that she needs to do. Thanks, Clarissa. There's still tons of stuff she needs to say. And the whole case is just one big fucking clusterfuck of a nightmare. So if you like what you see, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. You can always become a member. You can also sign up for Patreon if you want to get more personal with me. Patreon is the way to do it. If you want if you want to feel like you're in a chat room all the time, definitely join Discord if you're a Patreon or a member. And that's that. So, all right. It is a Jerry Springer episode. I agree with that. So, let me just, for people that are not totally tuned into what's going on or the case at all, because a lot of people aren't following it. I wasn't following it in the beginning due to circumstances. And also, for everyone that is following me, because I am streaming the trial, for everyone that is streaming it with me or following me, watching it with me, I had an issue this afternoon. I had to do some running around, but when I got back, something hit me and I was depressed. So I didn't want to go live. I didn't want to air it again. So I broke a bunch of crystals instead with a hammer and I felt better. But then I made Dayton these shadow boxes of all Brad's stuff, and it was an emotional afternoon, so I decided to take a break and not go back. But tomorrow I will be streaming it again, and I was working on the website. Hey voice, and so that's that. So for those of you that are following me, I'll be back in the morning, and for those of you that are not familiar with the case, I'm going to wrap it up in a nutshell. So, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, which I didn't even know who she was, were together from 2013, 2014. In 2015, they decided to get married. Their marriage lasted less than a year. And she, for some reason, wants to come out and say that he was abusive. She wrote an article stating that he was abusive, although she never actually named him. It was presumed that it was him. He allegedly lost acting roles because of it. Supposedly, he was going to get dropped from the Pirates anyway, so they're trying to say that that's not included. But what's coming out, which I find very interesting, is her mental state. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about tonight. I mean, we could talk about other things, but that was the one thing I wanted to focus in on because I did not even realize until I did some digging in why this was. And I know that we had discussed it during my live. But why is her mental state on trial and his isn't? He seemed pretty fucked up in the relationship. But she's coming out where all these experts, they had an expert on today that she was like the perfect catch. She was beautiful. She was smart. She had all these degrees. So couldn't understand why she keeps being targeted. You know, he was on trial. He was on the stand. How come he's not being targeted? How come his mental state isn't, playing a part? So I did some digging on this. There is an answer. She, like a dumbass. Now, let me just say this from personal experience. In a custody fight, in a trial, in a defamation case, the last thing you want are doctors examining you. Why? Because they may come out with an answer that you don't want. They may come out with something that you're not going to like. Any psychologist, psychiatrist, doctor will tell you you can't diagnose somebody in one sitting. You have to evaluate them over a period of time. You know, you could say that you think that they display this kind of emotions or lack of emotions or whatever, but you really can't say, well, this one is histrionic based on one interview. So the reason why she is on such a, I won't say a pedestal, but why she is being targeted and not him, because she, like a dumbass, put it out there that she wanted to be evaluated based on her mental status of PTSD. Now, the expert that was on today explained that PTSD, like 85% of the time, is faked, and it is the most faked disease, personality disorder, I don't know what you want to call it, but it is the most faked that people say, and it's the easiest to fake. Like 85% of PTSD is faked, according to this expert today. And this expert was an expert. I mean, you want to talk about degrees and who she worked with. It was, what I found interesting personally is her main person that she interviews or whatever is military and veterans. So if anybody is familiar with real PTSD, I would say it was her. Anybody that works with veterans and military, to me, is going to be top notch in PTSD. So she was saying that Amber Heard is histrionic. Now, I don't know how many times she evaluated her, but that Amber is histrionic, a bit narcissistic, which personally I know they do go hand in hand, and borderline personality disorder. That sums up Amber. Okay. Other experts have said the same thing about Amber. So why is Johnny Depp not being evaluated? Because Johnny Depp denied being evaluated, and he has every right to. The fact that she put herself out there to be evaluated is why she's being evaluated. Johnny, without any kind of repercussion to him, is allowed to say, no, I don't want my mental state out there. I don't want to be evaluated. And he's not allowed to be judged on that. He's not allowed to, the jury can't use that against him. The jury cannot say, well, if he doesn't get that, it's his right not to get evaluated. And he's doing the right thing. You don't want to be evaluated in court, because look what happened to Amber. A lot of her credibility is thrown right out the window. And no, it's true. He's suing her, then she has a countersuit. I think she already sued him in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I believe the first trial was her against him, and he lost. So, as far as I know, she won, if I'm not mistaken. Disorder, thank you. I couldn't think of the word. Disorder. So, she is awful. I agree. They're telling her mental state is alcohol and drug use. Yes, but that's not... I mean, one of the things that I said earlier watching the trial, which really pisses me off, is they didn't get married. Now, think about this. Oh, he sued the son. I thought it was a lawsuit against her. I thought she was suing him or something. He's suing her $50 million. Yeah, but that's this one. I thought the one in London, she had won. So that's proof she had her PTSD from DV, which they all said no. These experts say that she was faking it. She has a countersuit here. Johnny sued the son for libel. Okay. I didn't know the whole story about the London case. What I will say is I couldn't understand what was happening. Like, they were married for less than a year between 2015 and 2016. We're now in 2022. Why are they still on each other? Why are they still fucking with each other? It sounds like toxicity that won't end. It sounds like they don't want this toxic relationship or this toxic hold to end. Because it's too many years now. They were married less than a year. Think about that. They were together in 13 and 14 and obviously 15. She was already recording him in 2013 and 2014. Why? Why are you recording your boyfriend? What made you think that if he's so bad, you're going to then marry him in 2015? If it was reversed and they were married and she was getting stuff later on because she knew she wanted a divorce, that's one thing. But that's not how this played out. She was actually recording him long before they ever got married. So that tells you either A, she is a complete phony, B, she knew exactly what she was doing, or C, all the above. She knew exactly what she was doing and she's a complete phony. That's why so many people hate her right now and why so many people are against her. I am one of these people, and I said this earlier today. I went into this pretty much believing that she was probably telling the truth and Johnny was, probably some asshole who really was beating her behind the scenes or was psychologically abusive to her behind the scenes. But once you actually hear the tapes and you hear their communication, was he a drug addict? Yeah. Is he still? I don't know. Was he a drunk? Maybe. But you can hear the setup that she was doing throughout all these tapes. You can hear her saying, oh, Johnny, stop poking me. Stop pushing me. Stop pushing me. Stop poking me. Oh, I don't like that. Or just stop it. And he even said on the stand, like, why are you recording this? Why would she record this? She did because she knew that Johnny was a golden ticket. He gave her $7 million settlement cash. Elton John helped him sober up. Okay. So he asked for a divorce first and she went off the deep end. A lot of that has to do with her histrionic attitude. Histrionics by nature do not like, borderline personality disorders do not like being abandoned. They have fear of abandonment. And because they have fear of abandonment, if they say, I want to break up, oh, that's not happening. From what I've seen, she was mentally abusive and psychologically abusive. Drugs and alcohol can do numbers to your psyche. So I'm not going to excuse his behavior as psychological due to drugs and alcohol, because that's really not an excuse. What I am going to say, though, is what I hear on these tapes may be different than what other people hear, because I honestly hear a desperate man. I hear a man who is high. I hear a man who's desperate. I hear a man who kind of regrets the relationship he's in, but he loves her. I hear someone addicted to toxic. I hear somebody that is just desperate. And I hear her egging it on. I wouldn't think she was egging it on until I realized that she was recording him long before they were even married. So how much of what you heard from him is really him and not her egging it on? Was she trying to make him lose his mind? Was she trying to get him to commit suicide or do an OD or something? It kind of makes you wonder, what was her whole purpose? She didn't know if he was going to marry her. She would have had no idea in 2013 if he was going to marry her. So what was the point? Then, before all this started, dummy him asks her to go to a hotel room and let's just go to the public and let's say, we ended amicably and everything else. He did, she didn't, and it made it 10 times worse. So she also had an ex-girlfriend that she's abused, at least, I don't know. She was definitely abusive. But I also don't want anyone to think he wasn't abusive, because he really was. And I was talking about this when we were live, but what a lot of people don't realize, and I wish more people understood this, if a guy says to you, yo, what's up, bitch? Do you know that's considered abuse by an outsider? If somebody says, I love you, you fucking bitch, that's abuse. That's psychological abuse. If somebody says, what some people would think is normal personalities. I thought it was a normal personality because I say it too. I'm like, what's up, bitch? That's actually abuse in the eyes of normal people. I hate to use that word. But his personality seemed like that's just how he spoke. But don't minimize that as it's not abuse, because it is abuse. He did say some ugly things. I agree. Well, then I'm an abused animal by you. You definitely are, Lindsay. I abuse you daily. No, Rios, it's actually a fact. That's what I'm saying. I understand that. That's not true, Joy. That is so not true. That is the biggest misconception, that verbal abuse isn't as bad as physical behavior. Yes, it is. Verbal abuse and psychological abuse and financial abuse can be 10 times worse than physical. 10 times worse than physical. And that is a huge misunderstanding. She had guys in an elevator at the penthouse while married. Yeah, I absolutely think that she was a drama queen, that she used him, she played him, but that still doesn't diminish the way he acted and the things he did. So I'm just saying that they're both wrong and they're both toxic, but I don't see him as histrionic. I don't see him as narcissistic. I have not evaluated him. I'm only going on the trial. But what keeps coming up in my mind, though, is the fact that that she was recording him during his most vulnerable moments, during the worst moments of his life. She was recording him. They weren't married. They were together. But there was absolutely no reason for her to be recording him. And that, if I was on that jury, that's the one piece of this. Take away everything else. That's the one piece of this that keeps replaying in my mind over and over and over. Why were you recording 2 years before you were even married? And how much is actually recorded? Because he didn't think she was recording. So because she didn't think he was recording, he was just being in his normal state. She wasn't. She was playing for that camera. Just like don't poke me, don't do this, don't do that. I totally disagree. When you have someone being verbally abusive and you're trying to get away from that person, they keep following you. I understand why you cussed her. I'm not saying no. All I'm saying is that don't mitigate verbal abuse or psychological abuse. It is way worse. Bruises go away. Hitting somebody goes away. Psychological abuse and verbal abuse can last years upon years. Hitting doesn't last years. It hurts and it goes away. But the psychological damage that you can do from verbal abuse and psychological abuse is far worse than physical. That has been proven over and over and over. What else could he do? Well, see, that's the thing. Hey, Rocco. He tried to walk away. She wasn't having it. Why? Because then it wasn't giving her the drama she needed. It wasn't giving her the money she needed. Maybe he did drugs because of her. Who knows? Maybe she fed him drugs. Maybe she gave him extra drugs that he wouldn't have had, that caused him to throw up or that caused him to pass out. Maybe this was all a setup with her from day one, which is very possible. And I do wonder that if, the picture where he was knocked out, or she had said that he throws up in his sleep. Well, what did you do to cause that? What did you do to make that happen? Because sometimes I wonder too, was that the reason why he looked so bad? Maybe she was adding to it. People see and notice physical abuse, verbal and psychological, is hidden? Absolutely. They were both doing drugs, correct. Amber has abandonment issues because she is a borderline personality disorder. Borderline personality disorder, they do not like to be abandoned. And what happens is they push and push and push and push until you do abandon them, and then they play victim. And I think what they're saying about her is, because she has histrionic as well as narcissistic tendencies or narcissistic personality disorder, one flies into the other. So she pushes and pushes and pushes because she's a drama queen and she needs the drama in her life. So she pushes that, and then he'll end up leaving, and then she plays victim as the narcissist. Now it's all about her, and she's the victim. So that's a personal evaluation. That's how I think it all flies in with each other. It is all bad. We are all different. I've been both physically abused, mentally. Physical was worse on me, but I know, yeah, physical is worse on you because you lived it. But according to statistics, it has been proven that psychological and not so much verbal, but psychological abuse is far more terrifying than being physically hit. Begs the question why they don't want to that's what I'm saying. This is too long, and they have no kids together. They were married less than a year. If he was like this with Vanessa, the mother of his kids, I could see that a little more based on they have children together, so they're stuck together. But him and Amber are not stuck together. Him and Amber are separate entities. There's absolutely no reason why they can't just cut the cord and go their separate ways. All of these defamation lawsuits are ridiculous. She did that, in my opinion, she did that in 2018 and put out this article that someone, she's an advocate for DV because she wanted attention. And that's a surefire way to get attention. Whether her and Depp were talking at this point or they were still together, either way, it's now 2022 and it's time to move on. But for some reason, they're not. Find out who her baby daddy is. I wonder if it's it. Why does everyone think Elon Musk is her baby's daddy? All people he dated all came out and said, this is all lies. See, that's what a lot of people said, Mama Rocks. I heard that too. Because he's been blacklisted in Hollywood because of that hit piece she did. Yeah, but see, here's what I don't get about that. And I don't totally believe that either. Because Johnny Depp has been around since 1984. Johnny Depp has never been accused of being a DV victim. He's had plenty of Hollywood relationships. He's had plenty of Hollywood girlfriends. I find it hard to believe that some no-name named Amber Heard, who a lot of people don't even know who the fuck she is going to kill his career like that. That part I don't believe. It's not like this is 21 Jump Street and he just came out. This is a no-name or a small name, who is, I just don't believe that she could kill his career like that. I just don't. They allegedly, I don't know if I believe that. I think that's bullshit. That's before you were born? 1984 was before you were born? Damn, you're young. You are young. Don't slander people if you can't face consequences. When was the last job he had since 2017? Yeah, but maybe that was due to drugs and alcohol. Maybe that had nothing to do with her, per se. I mean, he was on drugs and alcohol. He openly admitted he had an oxy problem. So, that, hey Anita, that really could have something to do with it. You were born in 86. I graduated high school in 88. But during the time, you know, let's not forget, during the time that he was going through this with Amber, he was also a heavy drug addict. That could have a big part of why he was being dropped from Disney, why his image was no longer good. It definitely could have to do with drugs and alcohol. You were born in... Oh, God, you guys are young. Now you're making me feel old. You were born in 98? Shit. He's been for years, so I don't think his addiction hurt him on... That's not true. He did rehab. Correct. I'm telling you. Headlines had him as a wife beater. Disney would not touch him at the 10-foot pole. After that article came out, he has not got a job since that article came out, hence why he's suing. No, I graduated high school in 88. Yeah, but my point is, since when does Hollywood care about the media when they know the media lies? I don't know, Ladybud. I know that that's what they're saying. I don't totally believe it, though. Thank you, Daria. I'm not very young, though. I'm old. I'm not as old as Wyoming, though. Yeah, I don't think anyone would want to work with Amber either. I agree with that. Like, I don't know. I always thought Johnny Depp was a great actor. I don't care about his personal life. Like, I always thought he was a great actor, and that's what people should go on. All right, Monica, 87. I was born 69, so I'm older than you. Don't worry about it. Ah, thanks, Vanessa. During the Me Too, Hollywood did take notice. Okay. I don't know. I just think that... I don't know. Anita's pocket modding again. Anita is pocket modding. Anita, I'm gonna kill you. Someone tell Anita she's pocket modding. Mama rocks. I am so sorry. Hey, Glamour. She has lost 0 jobs. She's getting ready to be in Aquaman 2. There you are. Mama rocks. I'm sorry. He lost friends and jobs from the multiple stories of him as wife beater. Then Me Too came out and she did another article and he lost case. Disney dropped his movie. Some kind of beasts. Alright. Said he fell for her during the shower scene. It shows her shoving her tongue down his throat. She got what she wanted, his money, and to help her career. Good point. Hey, Shannon. I don't know. It's just mind-blowing to me that all of a sudden the media matters when it didn't for a long time. Lady Bud, I was born in 71. Current petition to leave her out of Aquaman 2. I don't know. It all depends how it plays out. I mean, I think today, this expert was pretty good. I mean, she really was. Except on the cross exam, she kind of fucked up. On the cross exam, they asked her if she had, that she told her husband that she was diagnosing what's her name? Amber Heard. And she said that conversation never took place. She didn't directly say no. She just said that conversation never took place. So the lawyer asked her again, and she denied it again, but she didn't just say no. She said that is not how it happened. So it'll be interesting what happens tomorrow. Never got a change to prove he did not abuse. Oh, never got a chance. Well, a lot of people think that she wore makeup. And if you don't know, Johnny Depp owns an island. Yes, he owns his own island. Very impressive. And he's very modest. His house in this, on the island, very small and very kept up, but very modest. Like, you would not think that's Johnny Depp's house at all. I thought maybe it was like a maid's house. It was that small and that quaint, very colorful. And they didn't show the bathroom. They were trying to focus in on the bathroom. I don't know why the bathroom was such a big deal, but they kept saying, well, you didn't show the bathroom. Why does it matter? So that was kind of weird. He owns 2 islands. All right. She also had to admit she wasn't licensed in forensic psychology. And so, yeah, she kind of got burned on cross-examination. Does he have monkeys? I don't know, but he definitely has an island or 2 islands. Yeah, it's not a mansion. It was actually really small. I thought they were showing the girl that was testifying. She, like, runs the islands for him or whatever. I really thought that was her house they were showing. I did not expect them to say, yeah, that's Johnny's house. I mean, it's small. Let me see if I can find it. The manager of the house. Alright, so someone had recorded it. So this is Johnny Depp's house in the islands. Like, it's really small. There's the bathroom. That's his house. It's tiny. Too many islands in that sentence? Oh, that's just his bedroom area? Did you watch Heard's Depot? No, I did not. Yeah, but why would his bedroom have a kitchen in it? My bedrooms wouldn't have a kitchen in it. They said that was his whole place. Oh, well, I know the bathroom, but you saw the bathroom. Big houses are high mains. Ain't that the truth? Oh, it's in the Bahamas. So I found this video. That's his son. Can you imagine being so rich that you just buy a fucking island? Hey, Coffee. So jealous. Who wants to go to the Bahamas and find his island? I do. I want to own an island. The expert was awesome until cross-examination. That is true, Coffee. Okay, maybe that's not Johnny Depp's kid. I thought it was. I need to buy an island. He's a pretty good artist. Um, 45 acres, Bahamas. And he has a farm in Lexington. We'll go to his home. He has an island in Greece. I got him in the wrong business. He's very colorful, though. He likes color. He's like a real Willy Wonka in real life. You guys want to see what I'm looking at? It's like real Willy Wonka. He does like colors. Colors make you happy. That's a cool ass room. He's got good taste. It's got my taste, which is good taste. That's a cool ass kitchen, although I wouldn't have put a round table. I don't like round tables. That's right, he was with Kate Moss for a long time. I forgot. Crazy. That's what I'm saying. He's the real Willy Wonka. Nah, video tour is someone else's video. $45 million. Why didn't I marry for money? I'm a dumbass. I should have married for money. What do you want, Buka? Buka, you just came in. Crazy. Crazy. Should have gone for money. Yeah, I saw the French Village. It shows he's down to earth, or he's got a good designer. I just think they're both fucking nuts. Crazy, crazy. I was showing you houses everywhere. He's got houses everywhere. My husband told my sons, you guys are so lucky your mom wasn't young when you could get rich on OnlyFans. That's funny. Right. Right. Why are you such a pain in the ass, dog? So, that was pretty much all I had for you guys. But like I said, I know there was a lot of confusion and a lot of talk about why, you know, he wasn't on trial. Not on trial. Why he wasn't... Ugh. I want to say hi. Say hi. Say hi. What? Let the dog out. Why his mental state wasn't being talked about. So, she drank 2 bottles of wine a day. Yeah, she was a big drinker. You just learned all this stuff about him? He is the cutest dog ever. Although he hates being on camera. Right? You hate being on camera. He needs a haircut again. I think it's more about clearing his name than it is about the money. Well, she doesn't have $50 million. That's the funny part. She's suing him for $100 million, but she doesn't have it. He has it. If she wanted to sue him, she has it. I mean, he has it. She doesn't. They say Amber mimicked Lady and Gone Girl. Gone Girl? That girl disappeared. Candy, I thought the same thing. Why didn't she get pregnant to keep him? Has he got another plate? No, he hasn't. Well, he was actually worth, he was actually worth a lot more. Not that $200 million is anything to, piss on, but she's too vain, though. I think that's why she had a surrogate. Yeah, I can't see her as a mom. She probably has nannies. I didn't even know she was a mom. I don't know. Because she is histrionic and narcissistic, I think a baby would take too much attention away from her. So that's why I'm a little surprised about that. Oh, she had a surrogate. He got the $50 million when she won the first lawsuit. He wants it back. You have a kid with a celebrity that's instant. Oh, absolutely. She tried to get a psych about Johnny, but Johnny never said he... Yeah, he didn't have to. That's what I was saying. That's what I said in the beginning, that he didn't have to. And the last thing you want to do is, get experts in. She has a 1-year-old. Honestly, I didn't even know who she was. She got a surrogate. She probably no longer conceive herself. Yeah, I really still don't know who she is. But I don't watch the Aquaman movies. Maybe that's why. But yeah, Melanie, that's what I was saying in the beginning. That a lot of people didn't understand. Elon Musk and her fought over eggs to make baby. She claims she donated the money she got the first time and no proof. By withholding his meds and feeding him alcohol, I think she wanted him dead. I don't know if she wanted him dead or she just was setting him up. I mean, really, that's what it comes down to. She was setting him up. They fought over embryos, not eggs. Quit TV did a breakdown today, and they brought that up and explained it. I said that. Melanie, you probably weren't here at the beginning. But yeah, that was what I said. It was a setup. But that's what I was saying. He wasn't evaluated. He didn't have to be evaluated. She put herself front and center by saying she had PTSD. So they evaluated her. She didn't love him. I don't know. I do know histrionic goes hand in hand with narcissism. I did say that months ago about somebody else. Yeah, if you admit that, I was explaining it. She opened the door. That's right. She opened the door by saying, I have PTSD. Or I want to be evaluated because of my PTSD. And the girl on trial, the doctor that was there, was saying that is the most overrated bullshit line that people give. But once you say it, you opened yourself up. He said, no, I'm not doing it. She loved his money, not the man. Hey, seal of approval. Oh, she definitely had an agenda. When did they start dating? Does anyone know? Because all I hear is 2013, 14, they got married in 15. But how long were they actually together? Watch that clip of how she set him up like the movie Gone Girl. She even used lines from the movie. Oh, no shit. Gone Girl was the one that, with Ben Affleck, right? And she disappeared, and then she came back, and I think she killed him, or he killed her, or they both died. I don't remember. It was a good movie, though. But I am curious when they actually started dating. No, it had to be before that, because she had recording from 13. (2011). They started living together in 2012. And she started recording in 2013. Gone Girl and Amber Heard. All right. Gone Girl and Amber Heard. Yeah, I was right. Ben Affleck.
Yeah. She only usually takes 25. You okay with 50?
Alright, fundamentally, the signs that Miss Heard began to demonstrate then became the full and developed aspects of her character that I came to know during the incredibly unhappy time we were together. She's a calculating, diagnosed borderline personality. She is sociopathic, she is a narcissist, and she's completely emotionally dishonest. I am now convinced she came into my life to take from me anything worth taking and then destroy what remained of it. Indeed, later in our relationship, when we sought the help of a marriage counselor, the marriage counselor confirmed to me that Miss Heard had a borderline toxic narcissistic personality disorder and is a sociopath. It was further explained to me that Miss Heard's projection of emotions is extremely exaggerated. She will always overact, and she simply cannot be wrong in any circumstance. The invariably accuses other people of the bad things she has done herself. The same has been said to me by my private doctor, Dr. Kipper. That was in Johnny Depp's statement. I'm not going to read this to you because then I have to, whatchamacallit, then I got to constantly put it on mic, so I'll read it if I think it looks small.
What? 50 is yeah. 300 marathon? Yeah. She only usually takes 25. You okay with 50?
Oh, the Sarah?
Yeah.
I'd be okay with 100, but give her 50.
Can you guys see that? Amy Dunn is, long story short, a psychopath, antisocial, sociopathic personality disorder, Munchausen syndrome, narcissistic personality disorder, elements of borderline personality disorder. That was in a movie.
Stage your crime scene with just enough mistakes to raise the specter of doubt. You need to bleed. A lot. A lot. A head wound kind of bleed. A crime scene kind of bleed. You need to clean, poorly, like he would. Clean and bleed, bleed and clean. And leave a little something behind. A fire in July. And because you're you don't stop there.
Quick question, what exactly did Johnny break in the hallway? Amber claims he smashed a second bottle of wine in the hall, and Raquel claims he was breaking things in the hallway, but here's a picture of the hallway while standing in the doorway of Condo 3. You see what I see? That's right. Nothing. These hallways are empty, devoid of anything to break. Sure, Amber says he went in the hall apparently with a wine bottle in hand and smashed it before going into Condo 5. Then why is this the only hallway picture among the court-submitted pictures? No broken glass, nothing but spilled wine. According to Amber and Raquel, Johnny used a magnum-sized bottle to smash everything he could. Raquel would even add that wine was going all over the walls, floors, and furniture, yet the only pictures we have are a wine spill in the hall and on a hardwood floor with an overturned, unbroken bottle, a broken picture frame that they apparently took the time to hang back up at a perfect 90-degree angle before taking a picture of it. 1, I'm questioning when exactly some of these could have been taken, and 2, where.
You need a diary. Minimum 300 entries on the Nick and Amy story. Start with the fairy tale early days. Those are true, and they're crucial. You want Nick and Amy to be likable. After that, you invent. The spending, the abuse, the fear, the threat of violence. And if I get everything right, the world will hate Nick for killing his beautiful, pregnant wife.
A social media campaign is calling on ticket buyers to boycott a Monday night concert by Depp's rock band, the Hollywood Vampires, in Stockholm, Sweden's The Local is reporting.
However, fans have called for a recasting of the role, as Depp's then-wife, Amber Heard, accused him of emotionally and physically abusive behavior.
Anger, outrage, accused of glamorizing domestic abuse. The backlash came hard and fast when Johnny Depp's exclusive British GQ cover story dropped. Even fellow journalists quickly expressed their disbelief. Can't believe I have to say this, British GQ, but being accused of domestic violence does not make you cool. Stop dramatizing his behavior as though he's some sort of misunderstood hero. He's not.
The hashtag I'm with Amber trends.
It's a well put together video.
For this anniversary, I've arranged a trip. Follow the river, up, up, up. Sit back and relax, because you are done. What's up, up river?
Up the river. Prison.
Fucking crazy bitch.
That's what this is. She's framing me for her murder.
You married a complete psychopath.
The morning of our anniversary, I was gonna ask her for a divorce. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't fake it for another year, another day.
And what happened?
Before I could say anything, she said, I need you to go somewhere and really think about our marriage. She knew I would go to Sawyer Beach.
She'd had no alibi.
She stage managed me. She knew exactly what I would do, and I fucking did it. I went to the beach, I thought about our marriage, I came back and decided I wanted a divorce.
By the time you got home,
she was gone.
After the party, Miss Heard, or possibly one of her friends, defecated in our shared bed, Depp's statement read, according to reports from Page 6. On 12 May 2016, Miss Heard confessed to our estate manager, Kevin Murphy, that leaving the feces in the bed had been just a harmless prank, thereby effectively acknowledging that she had been responsible, whereas she had previously sought to blame our dogs. During Depp's witness testimony on Friday, the actor claimed that the incident was what spurred him to leave Amber, not the other way around. It was not left by a 3 or 4 pound dog. I was convinced that it was either Miss Heard herself or one of her cohorts involved in leaving human feces on the bed. I wanted nothing to do with her. I thought that was an oddly fitting end to the relationship.
Grown-ups work for things. Grown-ups pay. Grown-ups suffer consequences.
Now, Sarah, though, I'm going to go to you first. You saw Amber on the day she filed for divorce, 2 days after this alleged phone incident. Tell me what you saw.
Correct. I happen to live in the building where Amber Heard was living with Johnny Depp, and she currently continues to live. She's had multiple contacts with various people who work in the building, face-to-face with no makeup on. I know that she did for a fact on Monday, the day she filed for divorce, and on Wednesday, 5 days after the incident, and 2 days before she sought the restraining order, and there were no marks on her face.
That's the strangest of her left arm, which Debbie told me about. I've looked at it, and I've seen more scratches before on other people, and it's not only considered they're self-inflicted. I'm convinced about it, they're self-inflicted. At the moment, I'm working with the devil, calm as laid down.
I feel sick. It's so bizarre. It seems like the kind of thing that would happen to Amy. She always attracts these
Drama? You can say it. It's just me and you.
Amber Heard officially charged in Australia. The actress is facing 2 counts over illegally importing her and Johnny Depp's pups, 2 Yorkshire Terriers, into the country. She is also charged with producing a false document.
Just because I don't like to be around Amy doesn't mean I don't care about her.
I have stood up for you so many times. I held you down by telling Chris that I can't go back that cold back. And I said, I did. Because I'm not money. I'm not money for the job. And then 5 minutes later, 5 minutes later, she said to me, do you think he knows me? Christine, I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. She knows exactly what she's doing. She knows exactly what she's doing. No, I'm saying Amber, she does. She's not a fool.
I'd like to report some strange activity near the woodshed on the property of one Margot Dunn.
How do you know this is going on, though? She told me. Oh, okay, so this is a friend of yours? Yeah. Okay, so what did she say, that this guy was assaulted her or hit her? Physically assaulting her, yes. Okay, but this isn't a boyfriend or anything like that? Yes, it could be, yeah. Okay, is it her boyfriend, yes or no? Yes. What's her name? Her name, Amber. That's all I can tell you. I have to go.
Last week, I threatened to leave, and he said he'd find me and he'd kill me. So I disappeared. I lost the baby. I couldn't even tell my parents. I'm so ashamed and I'm so afraid.
Well, he is looking for you. He showed up on my doorstep 3 days ago. He tracked me from my letters to you. You saved him.
Knowing you were out there was the only thing that's kept me going these past few years.
Let's go to the police. You can explain
No,
everything.
I can't turn up now. I'd be a pariah. Everyone would hate me. Is it wrong to want Nick to go to prison?
He should go to prison for what he's done. I'm setting you up at my lake house. It's utterly secluded.
Amber Heard saying she had no other relationship whilst with Johnny Depp. But in text messages between her and SpaceX boss Elon Musk, he offered her 24/7 security. He said, "It only matters because I really like you."
It's hard for me. After so many years under someone's thumb. I understand what you're saying, Dizzy.
just been so mistreated for so long. I've forgotten how to behave.
I hate to be hasty. I hate that I'm the one that has to go.
So for those of you guys that are confused, Gone Girl is the top. They're showing the similarities between Gone Girl and what Amber Heard is doing. I didn't realize it was a half hour long, but that's what they're showing. I said the same thing,
dozens of home invasions.
Dozens and dozens.
This area right here, it looked wrong from the second we saw it. Whole thing looked staged. I mean, watch this. And yet, they remained upright throughout this life and death struggle.
I don't know.
She put in pictures in her restraining order documents of like broken glass, like he threw a bottle, according to her, and it smashed everywhere.
But the cops say they saw nothing.
They said that none of that was there, and they actually were inside the apartment.
And the bodyguards say that too.
It's mind-blowing that it.
Well, Mike, you know the implication, right? The implication is she said, "I'll get him," and she broke the glass and she hit herself with the iPhone.
What happened? What happened? Nothing happened this morning, you know that?
Were you in here?
No.
So then nothing happened to you this morning?
Yeah, you're right. I just woke up and you were so sweet and nice. We were not even fighting this morning. All I did was say sorry.
Did something happen to you this morning? I don't think so.
No, that's the thing.
You want to see crazy? I'll give you fucking crazy. That's crazy. Oh, you're crazy. Oh, you're crazy.
Have you drunk this whole thing this morning?
Oh, you got this going? You got this going?
I just started it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really? Sneak that shit on me,
No,
motherfucker.
I didn't. You were smashing shit.
Oh, bye.
Shall I read the last entry?
Sure.
This man may kill me. In her own words, this man may kill me.
It's kind of a convenient endnote.
Some incidents were so severe that I was afraid he was going to kill me, either intentionally or just by losing control and going too far. He explicitly threatened to kill me many times, especially later in our relationship.
An email which was written by Ms. Heard and never sent was also read out. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, she wrote. Half of you I love madly, the other half scares me.
She's on fairly heavy painkillers.
It's okay. I want to help.
Ms. Dunn, I know what you've been through, so we'll keep this very brief. Can you walk us through what happened?
That morning, the doorbell rang. So normal. I opened the door. He pushed inside. And he grabbed me. But I got away and ran to the kitchen. And he clubbed me. I collapsed.
That club was actually the handle to a Punch and Judy puppet.
Right.
He was trying to get into the door. I was trying into the room. I was trying to escape in. He pushed the door into me, and I was trying to hit him by getting him out of the door to stay in the room.
Treasure hunt. I'd hidden some puppets at Ghost.
Then how did Desi have that handle?
I just found it.
I'm
sorry. I feel myself fading.
Can we take a break, please?
No.
She's upset. She's upset. It's
She's
clear
not-
that she's crying and she's upset. No.
Punch Johnny Depp with a closed fist in the history of your relationship with Johnny.
Answer it how.
Sorry about hitting you with the door or hitting your head. I did not mean to, nor.
You don't need to hit me in the head with the door, but you meant to punch me in the jaw.
I meant to hit you, and I did not do this thing with the door. I do remember, I did mean to hit you.
So that you didn't mean?
The door? No, God, no, I
But punching me in the jaw.
okay, I'm sorry.
So on the tape, you tell Johnny Depp that you did mean to hit him.
Objection. That's argumentative.
Flanked by security, Amber Heard doesn't try to hide the bruise on her cheek. Neither does her lawyer.
You guys, she showed a lot of courage today.
You okay, Amber?
You can stop pretending now.
I'm not pretending. You are perfect.
Smiling and laughing just 24 hours after accusing the Hollywood star of abuse.
You're a murderer now.
I'm a fighter.
Any comments, Amber? Nothing.
Fighting the good fight.
They'll destroy you. Neighbors will shun you. And I'll make sure that no one forgets the pain you caused me.
It's not about that. It would not be about me throwing you under the bus. You know what it would be? It would be released through documented people coming on the record and having the protection to do so that haven't had yet. It would be eyewitness statements. It would be evidence, tons of it, and it would be through years. And it would be unbelievable to imagine that either I'm in A, secret fake club, or B, I've had
A secret what?
I've had a secret fight club, or that I have been plotting to do this for 3 years, and while taking pictures of it and documenting it, just saving it up for the right time when I'm not asking for any money and have nothing financial to gain from it. That no one is going to believe that. No one is going to believe that one of the two alternatives, either I'm in a fight club.
Do you believe you're an abuser?
No.
Do you believe you abused me physically?
Do I physically believe, do I believe I physically abused you?
Yes.
Do you know I'm 115, well not anymore, but I was 115 pounds. I'm a 115-pound woman and I have the capacity to abuse.
That's not the question. That's not the question.
Have I ever been able to knock you off of your feet?
You started.
Off your balance?
You started these things.
You're going to get up on the stand, Johnny, and say she started it? Really? I have never been able to overpower you. That's the difference between me and you.
Why did you try?
And that's the difference that the whole world and the jury and the judge will see, is that there is a very big difference between me and you. You can please tell people that it was a fair fight and see what the jury and judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence, and
yes.
It's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or side with you.
Nick and I have been through some bad patches. We've had our dark days, but we thank you so much for supporting us in our new life together, for forgiving Nick. Really, your encouragement means the world.
You have given me so much strength, and I send it back to you. Thank you.
Amber herself was arrested for domestic violence a few years back with her partner.
With her domestic partner. We broke this story this morning on the website, and somehow this thing got completely buried. And what happened was she's at the airport with her domestic partner, Tasha Bunry. They're at the airport. According to Tasha, apparently she complained to police about this, and they were there. Tasha got in an argument with Amber. Amber argued back, and Amber then grabbed her arm, hit her arm, broke her pendant, and she got arrested for domestic violence, taken to jail, booked, had to spend the night in jail. But ultimately, the prosecutor said, hey, you guys are both from California. Let's go back.
Kiss my cheek.
There was I was sure that you were there. Okay, I'm
No,
my mom.
I didn't go to Toronto. I was filming my show.
Because there was so many other people. Okay, we good? Yeah. Okay. Congratulations, you did a really good job in this. And I was just wondering, I mean, this is a pretty heavy-duty script when you look at it. What was it that kind of resonated with you when you read it, that you wanted to do it?
You know, it's so important. Hold on one second.
No problem.
Courtney, I can't do this if people are coming in and out of the door. It's really distracting. Extremely. Thank you.
Do you want to start it? We'll start again?
Yes.
ever had a guys fight over?
But that red, it kind of just takes you up a notch, and it's like, okay, she's gonna kick my butt, and she could kick my butt if she wanted to.
Well, you know, red hair doesn't make you wanna. I mean, it doesn't make you any more able to kick butt. You can do it in any color hair. Trust me.
Well, that was a well put together video. Here is the link. The creator is Jador Depp.
1, 2, 3.
And they're a Johnny Depp fan. All their videos are Johnny Depp. Starting 3 years ago. They just put out Johnny Depp stuff. Interesting. Big Johnny Depp fan. Yeah, that's their whole channel. It's just Johnny Depp. Now, the one thing that I disagree with about that video, though, some big Johnny Depp fan made it. One thing I will say about the video, though, that I happen to disagree with is her looks change. She grew up. I mean, it's been years. So, of course, her looks are going to change. You know, a lot of actresses naturally mature. His looks change, too. So, yeah, that's the one thing I didn't agree with. And you should watch. You should go to this channel. It's all they have. Johnny Depp's funniest moments. Johnny Depp in 21 Jump Street. Pirates of the Caribbean. It's just Johnny Depp channel. Who's in the kitchen? Out. Kitchen's closed unless you're cleaning it. You cleaning it, Phoenix? So, she does do a lot of mirroring. That is true. But that was a really good depiction. I think that was good. So, but I am out of here. I was going to shut down an hour ago. But then you guys got me hooked on that. So, let me make it brighter. There we go. There's brightness. So, all right. I'm going to get off. I got to go back to the website, which is not fun. But I will see you guys tomorrow morning for the trial. 9 o'clock, I believe. 9 o'clock Central Time. Which is kind of late. But, because that's 10 o'clock Virginia. But I will see you guys in the morning. Don't forget, tune in. And that's it. I'm going back to working on the website and then going to sleep. I have changed my whole schedule. I've been like going to bed by midnight every night because I was told you need more sleep. So being that I'm getting up early, I'm trying to go to bed earlier. So there's that. And plus my medicine this month is horrible. I'm about to complain. So I've been tired more. Hold on, what? What?
Nothing. I just kept silent.
She wears what he does the day before. That's what a lot of people keep saying. Did you like it? Blew your mind. Did I like what? Did I like what? She's marrying because she is a... It's okay. I've been dying to share with someone. Thanks. You've been dying to share what? Oh, the video? Yeah, it was actually pretty good. I mean, it was really well put together. That takes time. I'm glad they got like 800,000 views on it, because if I took all that time and I got 1,000 views, oh, I'd be mad. Because something like that takes hours to put together. Hours. And I don't mean like 2 hours. I'm talking like 10 hours. If not longer. And I just don't have the time for it. I wish I did. I just don't. You know, like you put in a couple of days worth into one video and like 1,000 people watch it. It's total waste. I've done it. I get aggravated. I'm like, you know what? I can't do it. I just can't. I don't have the time. Editing does take a very long time. Crazy amount of time. I got enough time invested in doing the new website. But I will see you guys tomorrow morning for the trial. 8 a.m., 9 a.m., something like that. So, I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful, wonderful night. Rest of your night. And I'll see you guys in the morning. Peace.